Hey guys, System Override here with the Verge Gaming, your daily gaming fix. In this video I have my final ever episode of Dear Esther as we play through the final chapter, The Beacon. So it's been a sort of short series and I'm really depressed about that because I love this game so much and I hope they somehow manage to do some sort of sequel or some DLCs to extend the gameplay because it is a phenomenal game. It's not the sort of game where you have to do things, it's more of an exploration game, as I've said before. And I've also got a review, it will be in the description. The review's not done at the moment. I should add that I'm going to be doing it after I finish recording this video. But I will have the link in the description anyway, because I've pre-recorded all of these. But yeah, it's quite upsetting to finally coming to the end of this series, as it's been really fun to make, and it's going to be quite sad to see it end. And that iconic music, it's beautiful, the music on this game. It's crazy. Let's just take a moment to pause and listen to it.
I sat here and watched two jets carve parallel white lines into the sky. They charted their course, and I followed them for 21 minutes until they turned off near Sanford and were lost. If I were a gull, I would abandon my nest and join them. I would starve my brain of oxygen and suffer delusions of transcendence. I would tear the bottom from my boat and sail across the motorways until I reached this island once again.
Look at this beautiful scenery, look at that. It's crazy. The amount of detail they've gone into this game. I mean, I think the reason why I love this game so much is the depth of its graphics, the game design, the level design, the storytelling, the music, the whole atmosphere. I mean, the atmospheric sounds, the music, and everything just works so perfectly together that it makes the movie
We shall begin to assemble our own version of the North Shore. We will scrawl in dead languages and electrical diagrams and hide them away for future theologians to muse and mumble over. We will send a letter to Esther Donnelly and demand her answer. We will mix the paint with ashes and tarmac and the glow from our infections. We will paint a moon over the Sanford Junction and blue lights falling like stars along the hard shoulder.
Okay, so we're starting to get some revelations. The paint, the glow is their infections. That's wrong. That's pretty dirty. And it was electrical diagrams and stuff that they've been painting everywhere. I'm not sure why the electrical diagrams exactly, but did you see up there? I was zoomed in on it a minute ago. Right there. It looks like there's a person looking down on us. Spooky. It could just be some fence post or something, but I don't know. It's quite ominous. Let's just carry on. So another chemical formula there. I mean, I don't know if any of you have actually been to the beach, but it actually sounds so realistic. The waves crashing against the shore, and if you just saw there a second ago, there's actually a splash of water up against the rocks. I mean, that's just beautiful design. I'm really impressed considering this is an indie game. I wasn't expecting it to be this good. I mean, the reviews I'd read of it and what people have said about it.
There were chemical diagrams on the posters on the walls on the waiting room. It seemed appropriate at the time. Still life abstractions of the processes which had already begun to break down your nerves and your muscles in the next room. I crammed diazepam as I once crammed for chemistry examinations. I am revising my options for a long and happy life.
I completely lost my train of thought there, but they do really mean what they say in those reviews. It's a really beautiful and well-designed game. It's crazy, and the Source engine has some huge potentials. Now, as you heard him say there, he was in a hospital. Maybe he's in A&E, basically on the verge of death, and that's one of the last things he remembers. That's why he's drawn them everywhere. What does that say? Light from heaven shone around him. Light from heaven shone around him. That might be referencing the silhouette sort of thing, like up at the top of that hill. I don't know. Hopefully we can get up there and see that. But I have no idea where we're actually going to be heading. It's a shame about the music stopping though. I like the music. Hopefully some more starts soon. So, it's very peaceful. And this is some music now. But the music is really peaceful,
From
really
here,
relaxing.
I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
Oh, that's cool. I wonder what's down there. Looks like we're meant to go there. I'm not sure if there'll be anything of relevance down here, but this game is the sort of game where you want to explore in case you spark storylines and stuff, so I'll definitely come down and check. Whoa. On a sudden light from heaven... Oh, on a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. Is that eggs? Oh, little bird eggs. It sort of explains how he might be in sort of limbo. This could be his sort of limbo state between getting from Earth to heaven. And that's probably why there's loads of candles and stuff, because it's that sort of spiritualistic sort of setting. And to be honest, this would be a very nice place to go for limbo. At least it's got more sort of civilization than they had on Lost. It is much more sort of civilization-y kind of here. With Lost, it was just a creepy little temple monster. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about it in case you haven't seen it, but Lost is something I definitely recommend. It's a very, very good TV series. It is a shame about the end, though. It wasn't how I had hoped or expected.
A sound of torn metal, teeth running over the edge of the rocks, a moon that casts a signal. As I lay pinned beside you, the ticking of the cooling engine, and the calling from a great height, all my mind as a bypass.
Yeah, so he definitely went to hospital after being in a car crash and got taken to that location. Look, that's blatantly a person. I want to go to them. I want to see what they are. So he was in a car crash on the Sanford Junction on the way to try and get to this island. What? I thought that person had disappeared then. So I say, what the heck? How could a person just disappear? I have no idea how a person could just disappear like that, but it's possible, I'm guessing. In this game at least. Especially if it's in a limbo state. Anything can happen in limbo. Or so the stories say.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fibre, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and casts parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
Okay, so the person has disappeared. Okay. That is odd. I actually wasn't expecting that to happen. I'm guessing we're heading up to there. Ooh. 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 And alone, he's proceeding... Oh. And he was proceeding on his journey. Alright, and he was proceeding on his journey. If we try and get up here, maybe read some more. Oh, more here. Something about Damascus again. And has come near to Damascus. Okay, Damascus is the sort of holy city in a sense. If you've played the Assassin's Creed games, you should know that, at least the first one. Now we've got angels singing, and he was.
If only Donnelly had experienced this,
3
he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming
days
this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
without sight, and he was 3 days without sight. What's so special about this? Maybe the beacon is his way of leaving limbo and actually finally entering heaven. It's very possible. If you see up there, this sort of appeared earlier. But right up
Returning
there.
to my car afterwards,
Oh, I'll do it.
hands still shaking, and a head split open by the impact. Goodbye to tearful aunts and traumatized uncles. Goodbye to the phenomenal. Goodbye to the tangible. Goodbye Wolverhampton. Goodbye Sanford. Goodbye Cromer. Goodbye Damascus. This cliff path is slippery in the dew. It is hard to climb with such an infection. I must carve out the bad flesh and sling it from the aerial. I must become infused with the very air.
Okay, so that's the jet stream that I was referring to earlier. And for what he said, I think he is gonna fling himself off the top of that. So he can finally get into that state. Whoa, what the hell is that? How didn't I notice that earlier from down there? I need to have a look at that now. Ah! Let me see it. What is it? I don't know. We may be able to see it later. Well, I don't know how. Maybe it's when we jump off there? I have no idea. And it came to pass. Okay, and it came to pass that as... Okay, and it came to pass that as I made my journey, and was far from sight from Damascus at noon. I can't read them. Something 3:1 from heaven. A great light round about me, and could not see for the glory.
I have dredged these waters for the bones of the hermit, for the traces of Donnelly, for any sign of Jakobsen's flock, for the empty bottle that would incriminate him. I have scoured this stretch of motorway 21 times, attempting to recreate his trajectory, the point when his heart stopped dead and all he saw was the moon over the Sanford Junction. He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all, and it was not his fault. It was the converging lines that doomed him. This is not a recorded natural condition. The gulls do not fly so low over the motorway and cause him to swerve. The paint scored away from his car in lines like an infection, making directly for the heart.
That light being led by the hand of them. So basically he was trying to recreate Esther's death for some strange reason. That were with me. Them that were with me. This is really, really odd. Something came into. I came into Damascus. So I think this was his quest to finally get peace after he was reading through that book. He just wanted to finally get his peace. Maybe the book had something terrifying in it, and that's maybe why the author led himself to the death. That's why Esther maybe died. I'm not sure. Very odd.
We will leave twin vapor trails in the air, white lines etched into these rocks.
I like the rattling. That sounds really cool. Okay, let's come up here.
Dear Esther,
Ooh, I can't
I
control
have
it.
burned the cliffs of Damascus. I have drunk deep of it. My heart is my leg, and a black line etched on the paper all along this boat without a bottom. You are all the world like a nest to me. Eggs unbroken form like fossils, come together, send small black flowers to the air. From this infection, hope. From this island, flight. From this grief, love.
He's going to do it. Or is he having second thoughts? No, he's not having second thoughts. Wow. Oh, we can actually see the thing on a cliff now, whatever it is. I'm not sure what it's meant to be. Can't even turn around to look at it, so no idea. Probably nothing. Maybe they don't want him to die. He's sort of been taken away. I'll stay silent for this bit. Joining his final voyage with the Armada.
Come back.
Ooh, that's the heartbeats dying out there. So that was his final image before his death. Because if you hear someone said come back, and you just heard the sound of losing a heartbeat. Is there anything else on this? I'm not sure. I don't know whether I should keep recording or not. I can still hear sound, so I probably will. But, guys, what did you think of this playthrough? What did you think of Dear Esther? Do you think it was a good game? Would you think about getting this so you can experience the whole game yourself? I mean, I really, really enjoyed this game, and I'm not sure if it's something I would play again. It's definitely something I would like to play in a couple years, just to get that experience, or in a few months' time. It's not something that you'd play over and over again, obviously, but it's something that, I don't know, to me it's like usually when I read a book, I read it and I won't pick that book up again because I've already had that story. I think it's sort of like similar to that with this. That because I've already in a sense read it, I'm probably not going to pick it up. Where with most games, I generally play them over and over again. So I'm not sure. Yeah, but guys, seriously, what do you think about this game? Did you enjoy the playthrough? Please check out the review in the description, and also, I hope you had fun watching this video. So I'm going to call that it for this video. Please don't forget to check out all of our social networks, our forums, and our daily blog, the links to which are below. I am System Override, and you've been watching Verge Gaming.